Mango Bae, Mango Bae.
Mango Bae.
Mango Bae, Mango Bae, Mango Bae, your Mango Bae.
Hey, welcome to Mango Bae, bitches. Pumped for the show.
Very pumped.
Two of our great friends here, Fumi Abe.
Hey.
Fumi Abe.
Okay, we're starting there. We are starting there.
Yeah.
It is a great honor for you to come to the podcast today.
It's an honor for you. Did you hear that? That would have been.
Great honor for you to come.
Sound
Fumi
on.
is hilarious. Is one of the funniest comics working the scene today.
Definitely. Thank you.
I knew him since the moment I came to New York.
Yes.
We were old bros.
Old
from
bros.
the beginning.
From the beginning.
When
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
just
yeah,
licking the taint of the mic stand.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Back in the
Just
day.
started at the
That shit
taint,
was
huh?
awful.
The taint.
Started at the taint, now you're here.
Yeah, it was the grizzly pear, and then there was the taint. Those are the two spots we used to hit.
Yep.
It's so hard to get into now. So it's just
It's
not.
so
such a nice
nice.
club.
Really
The
blew
taint
up.
was
super
Out
nice.
of nowhere.
Right?
Out of
Look at
nowhere.
the taint. Every
Oh my
book's the taint
God.
right now.
Yeah, Bill did
Every
drop by
book's
the other
taint.
day.
Hit her
Yeah.
up. One of my oldest friends in comedy, and then we got Mike.
Whoa.
Win.
What up?
Hey.
Also a friend I met recently, like a little more recently than Fumi, but I've known you for years as well.
Yeah.
One of the funniest writers out in the scene today. Just good boys.
Great guys, both hilarious dudes. Very happy to. Mike, he said win, right?
Yeah.
I grew up with a ton of
Here we go.
Vietnamese people.
Here we go.
Let's do
Ton of
it.
Vietnamese
Let's do
people.
this.
I had many
He's ready.
Vietnamese
Let's do
friends.
this.
They all had that last name.
Yeah.
You could say it was a real win-win situation.
It's over.
Whoa.
But
you
back then we pronounced it
You think
Nguyen.
you think you can beat Vietnamese people with puns? Our names are built for puns. We don't.
Yo, pun is fast.
Yo, we
Pun
don't-
is a Vietnamese name.
We don't. It's poon. It's poon. Yo, we don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
1-1, baby. 1-1.
That's right. We didn't have that. We didn't have the score.
We love the joke. Look at the camera motion. So
Yes,
if you
yes,
throw
yes.
a fire one, hit the camera.
Camera.
Land.
We're looking at A, B, C. Doesn't matter.
But you pronounce
Okay.
it win.
Win or new win. It's
Nguyen
fine.
is how we grew up, and then I felt like
Yeah.
something evolved in America where people are like, no, it's win now.
We're
and I
too
was
lazy
like,
for the two
what
syllables.
fuck?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but for a while I tracked how well we were doing as a people by the way that people approached asking me about my name. Because when
Okay,
in
yeah.
the 80s, when
Yeah.
they would just like not even try
Yeah.
or whatever, they would just be like, "This guy's clearly German" or whatever. When they read it, and like over time,
This
it's
guy's clearly
like
German.
now they know. Oh, how do you pronounce it? Oh, blah blah blah. And I rarely hear Nguyen or Nguyen anymore.
Right.
But, like that was something I heard for a while, and like as we've spread into the country, like a cancer that we are,
Shouts.
shouts
Shouts to cancer.
shouts to metastasizing.
Shouts to lymphoma. There you go.
So yeah, over time, people now are more sensitive to the win.
I understand that too, because I understand that when people were learning about my culture, when they stopped spitting in my face just from knowing me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys
And
had a
that
big
was the
moment.
first step.
Yeah, no one-
There's no more saliva on my face at the end of this
for sure.
conversation.
There you go. This is
You
it.
guys are fucking comics as well.
Yes.
Stand-up comedians.
We try.
Heartthrobs.
That's true.
The Asian community
Yeah.
is about these people. We talk about you guys a lot.
Do we?
Fumi is Japanese Asian.
Yep.
And Mike is
Japanese Asian.
He's just in a
Japanese
hyphenating mood over
and,
here.
and Mike is breakdance Asian.
Yeah. Oh, I see where you're going. Okay. For a second, I
Sort of
thought you were.
racist and disrespectful.
Yes.
Very, very racist. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
usually your
yeah,
trajectory.
Not racist.
And genocidal.
What's the Chinese N-word? I'm about to say that right now. You grew up breakdancing too, right?
I used to dance in college, but I was not very good at it. And I wish I was like a breakdancer. I wish I was a dancer. You danced a little bit.
No,
you love
really?
dancing, right?
No.
What?
But you
I
took some
two
classes.
classes. I
Okay,
took
that's
two
a little bit.
classes.
That's a little
I
bit.
took two classes
That's a little
different.
bit.
At what?
That's a little bit.
What do you mean? Where?
Two classes where? Yeah, what is this?
What was Alvin?
Ailey?
Alvin
Ailey.
Ailey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
a really high level
Isn't
class.
that like
Well, no,
contemporary
anyone can-
dance,
anyone
like
can-
tree or whatever?
I am personal.
No, they have
I am
the
do
person.
I am
performance art dance or
Yeah.
whatever. They don't have like rehearsals for that shit.
Listen, when you
know?
get into the ciphers, you got to bring all sorts of heat.
That's true.
All right. Sometimes it's
Alvin, you ready for this?
the bonsai.
oh shit.
So small.
Yeah.
So small.
Love it.
Yeah, I took some classes, but I just did that as cardio. I did that as cardio.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like
But
hip-hop?
I've always wanted to fucking dance, and I think we bonded over this.
Yeah.
Before I go to
Yeah.
bed, I'll watch a shit ton of breakdancing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow a shit ton of breakdancers or like hip hop dancers on Instagram, which is kind of weird because a lot of them are like 15-year-old girls.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
fucking good.
They're really
and
good.
they're sexy
Yeah. Yes.
when they move.
When they move.
Oh, that didn't make it better. They're sexy when she moves.
When they move, or I watch
Six.
it late at night.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I feel like breakdancing
yeah.
is like so asexual. Like for the way it's not like it's sexualized dancing when they're
Yeah,
breakdancing.
yeah.
You know?
Oh no, dude, no,
it can
dude,
be
no,
sexual.
it's super sexual, dude.
Is it?
Oh my god, there are definitely I don't know.
When Mike is turned on, he turns
in the
more
Bay-
Chinese.
Yeah, in the
Oh my God.
there's definitely like dance hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
for sure, for sure.
And like break dancing guys, if you're first of all you're a really good break dancer, you're usually pretty fit, and
Yeah.
then you got like swag. That's the whole thing
Oh, for
with
sure,
hip hop.
for
You got
sure.
swag.
Yeah.
I think that's why Asian people like hip hop. We don't fuck with all the other kinds of dance.
Right.
We don't fuck with like square dancing. We don't fuck with like fucking,
Don't see no, bitch.
We- like,
Don't
you know,
see no.
like sometimes you like white people are like real into salsa and shit like that, but like Asian people, when we met up with hip hop, when we saw hip hop, when we were like, yo, like this is tight, and if all it takes is just to be like super synchronized in dancing, and I can have a personality, that's what's up.
It harkens to the
Yes.
Red Scare, I guess.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
yes, yes.
what I don't
Synchronous-
know. Yeah. Do not look into the cameras because that did not land.
Synchronized. Just
Yeah,
synchronized.
synchronized. Very
motion.
synchronized. I will
That's a good rhythm
say
time.
we are really good at synchronizing.
Here's my theory on why Asians love breakdancing and hip hop. Hip hop is.
Here we go. He's got a theory. Like Hitler had some theories, you know?
I think Asians love mastery and hip hop.
Mastery.
No. Asian culture, the Bushido Code is. No, come on, hold on, bitch.
So much going
I'm with
on.
you. I'm with you.
The
I'm with you.
Bushido
I'm
Code
with
is
you.
based on the way of samurai. Way of samurai
Oh,
is
I
very much
see.
based on getting better at your craft. And I think a lot
I
of
can
that
see
is
that.
still intact in Japanese culture and Asian culture. Is like get good at what you do, devote
I
your
can see
life to
that.
what you do.
Yeah.
Hip hop is also very skill based, and as is like all the hip hop elements are very very like you dive in and you get skillful at it,
You know,
and respect comes through the acquisition of skill.
there's such a thing as
Oh,
being
man. I'm
so
getting
ignorant
all
that you're
sides.
actually telling the truth. You
Yeah,
know
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying?
I'm still not convinced, but please.
no, think of, no,
No,
I-
I think
right.
that you might be onto something, because the reason why like different Asian countries like identify with hip hop for different reasons, and like you end up seeing that. Like, you ever watch like Planet B-Boy? You ever see that show?
Yeah,
that movie?
yeah.
That
right?
documentary.
Yeah, so like
I
the
watched that.
Japanese, they have
I love
this
it. I love
whole
it.
thing. They have this whole thing about like getting rid of the craft or whatever. The Korean people, like they're really good at power moves, and they're just like mad. They're just super mad, and so like they're super good at just being like, "Ah!" just getting crazy. You know,
I know
like
food's so spicy. You know,
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
fuck you,
It's just
Dad.
like, fuck, dude. You know, it fucking burns, and like
Everyone's
and getting
dancing
that-
for different reasons.
They all dancing for different
That's right.
reasons,
But
and
they
you
all hate
know,
their dad for different reasons.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Vietnamese people, we're kind of too lazy, and we're just kind of like we're kind of more dirty. Like, we're in the South, it's hot, we're not doing breakdancing. But you know, like every different kind of like Asian culture approaches that in different ways. So you might be onto a point.
Also,
amazingly.
Asians just like practicing.
You're right,
That's it.
right,
Practicing,
practice.
right?
Right.
And you know, with dancing, like you can get better by just going. Like you can count your reps, how many classes you
Yes.
take this week. So people just get off on counting.
Literally what I said was mastery, and everyone called me racist. He
No,
says,
no.
he says
I
didn't say
practicing. All of a
racist.
sudden now all of a sudden.
No, I was with you. I was with you,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. I was with you, man.
That's what, but I think you bring that in your stand-up as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but we all do, man. Because I remember when I first met you, you would do like 30 mics. That's
Right.
practicing,
right.
right?
But you were there. You
that's-
were right there, bro.
Yeah,
but
but
you were right behind
but
me,
like
bro.
that-
That's
think
a
that's why-
pan-Asian work ethic, though.
But like, I-
You know
I
what
could-
mean?
why
That
I
is
like
a pan-Asian
stand-up.
work ethic. Yeah.
Because as soon as somebody was like, you can do as many as you want, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to do this many, I was like, oh, there's a goal. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You get
know?
stickers? Yeah, dude.
Open mic stickers.
Yeah,
It's actually
yeah.
harder now.
You get a good riff, you get a pink sticker. You get if you get a closer, you get a green sticker.
I mean, I would love
you
if
shit on
somebody.
Film 9 and 7, you get a like a.
I wish
nice
there was a
Hello
grad
Kitty.
student who just told me how I did at the end of every single one, because that would have like motivated me. So.
Right, right, right.
like an old man. He comes
Wait,
out.
now we've all
Thank
got
you.
the shame thing, right? We've got the
Yeah.
shame thing, but
shame
you guys
thing.
get the beatings too.
Oh,
No,
I got whooped. I got
Really?
I got,
Did
you?
but he didn't.
I did not.
Really?
But
I did not.
that's our whole dynamic because like he had a very American upbringing.
Really, you're popping and locking out of the way, out of
Yeah.
this, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, whoa.
But I
whoa.
thought it has to do with the fact that like his parents are like fluent in English. They were
They
educated
speak
here.
English. They were educated here, and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
Oh,
that
shit.
makes a world difference. I
okay.
think.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's all, I think that's just I've told Fumi this. My mom was more into like she had like a crazy insight into like how to really mistreat a child. Like that had nothing to do with like touching them, you know?
Right.
Next level.
Yeah,
It's like
it
the
was
Matrix.
Yeah, she was just like
torture.
Yeah, she was just like take away the thing that all children want the most, which is love.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
And like
She
withhold
walks you to
like
a-
a love a little bit, and that's like that's way worse than smacking them in the head.
That's true. She
Yeah.
walks you to a cliff. Just watch, look over.
That is
Yeah.
the biggest lesson I
Just like weird psychological shit.
Yeah,
also
it's very
learned
psychological.
from my parents. Withholding is the essence of power.
Yes.
In these relationships.
Yes.
And in all relationships, actually.
Yes,
But
absolutely. It
But I
is.
feel like Indian kids get beat more, maybe.
They get beat a
At least
lot.
according to your jokes. I don't know.
Oh, bro. I mean, here's the thing. It's like Indian parents. That's their day one. Like the
Day one.
Day
That's,
one.
that's
As soon
the
as you
orientation.
Just getting punched out of the vagina. Just like the spanking, but then it keeps going.
Indian moms hit you with their own umbilical cord. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They take the cord and
They
hit
come
you
out
with
and
it.
just
It's
start
like, oh,
choking
they
you.
got it. Oh, it comes with one.
Yeah. I was gonna reach for the syringe, but it's not I have a lot of Asian friends growing up in Texas. They also got beat a lot. So
Yeah.
I think it was just the shape of the sandal that's different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The different weapons.
Indians have more
bamboos.
leather sandals. You guys have more bamboo base with the
Bamboo
two
base.
wooden juts out.
Yeah.
I would think about that, and I had a friend who got hit with those sandals, and I used to always sympathize with him because he used to have that was a harder sandal. That was a wooden two blocks.
Jesus Christ. If there was like an Asian mom Street Fighter, choose your weapon. Yeah. Sandals.
Choose your weapon.
The samurai
Sandal,
geta, you know.
sandal, yeah.
Right,
absolutely.
right. Dalsim wasn't even the best fighter. He just had hands.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
what I'm
the
saying?
best hands. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
why like my
Fire.
parents are nice because they got moccasins. That shit's mad soft. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's kind of
I don't
nice.
feel nothing.
You know?
Right? You know what I'm saying? So like you got beat with what? What was weaponry?
So when I was a kid,
Hot soup dumplings.
I didn't get any weapons. When I was a kid, I definitely got the spanking.
What is it, katana?
A lot of
Katana?
just straight up stabbing, just
Yeah.
like homicide.
You know how come?
Dude, your
how come-
intestines must be gone. You know what I'm saying? You got a seppuku they gave
How
you.
come there?
Foodie
Yeah, how
came
come,
home with a bee. They just put the knife down and were like, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
You know what to
Do it.
do.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me see your fingers. Are they all there, Foodie?
Oh, they're all there.
Okay.
I'm surprised that one of the Ninja Turtles didn't have a sandal as a weapon.
A sandal.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was Splinter because he was the
Splinter.
mom.
Yeah,
so he
you're
would
right.
actually
Yeah,
be
yeah, he had the
So
sandal.
I
kid.
actually got slapped a lot.
Really
Like smacked
Open
in
hand
the face.
smacking, yeah.
Like
back or
bam.
front?
Both.
Both.
Sometimes it depends on like how bad I was.
Is
They're the masters of empty hand fighting, though. You know what I'm saying? They really
That's
are.
what karate means.
Okay.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
It's empty
Oh,
hands.
Empty hands.
Yes, developed
That
by
is now
now.
hitting
sorry,
you
sorry,
upside the
open
head
hand.
with.
Open
Yes.
hand.
Oh, so many memories. Stop.
Yeah.
I also got, it was mostly hands,
Yeah.
wooden spoons, if that was there. If she had a wooden spoon in her hand, that
Well,
was
my
there.
dad would slap me, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Ouch.
that shit would, like, when a man it hurts.
Yeah.
When
It
a man
hurts.
slaps
Well,
you.
because I think my mom could never hit me full force. Because
Right.
moms they're full of love.
It's
Well,
the,
you know,
the love
those
stops
moms,
him.
yeah.
The love's like she'll hit me at like 75% power.
Right.
You know, but my dad will wait till the charger is.
She's holding. He's
Yeah.
holding the A down.
He's holding the A down like Mega Man, where he's fucking ready to
See,
go.
so moms do growl and dads do solar beam. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what it is. Moms do like little hey,
Yeah.
you know, like your attack is down.
Yeah.
Dads end you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We
Finishers.
always finish him
Like
with
finishers,
that.
yeah.
It was to a point where like I didn't even want to hit him back, even when I was in high school,
Right.
and like maybe at the same size as him. I didn't want to. My dad's my height, so
Yeah, how long that take?
funny.
That took 20 seconds?
I used to joke about how like I'm the biggest person in my family. You know?
Oh yeah.
5'7", 120 pounds. What's up?
Huge.
Your dad, my dad would never hit me, but I would always twist the ear.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a
Ear
good one.
twister, gan pakradud, so we call it. And then
Okay,
you-
I would get that. I would
Yeah?
get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like and yeah, that. Ooh.
So your parents
No, you
were
just
the,
unearthed a whole
your
bunch
parents
of
were the
stuff. in me.
best
Thank you.
Asians, but the worst white. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like,
No.
like abuse.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's a specific Indian, I think it's even specifically Hindu thing, and correct me if I'm wrong here, where I would
good.
actually have to
Let
go
the Muslim correct you on Hindu
stand in a corner and hold my own ears.
Yeah, yeah.
For like
Oh.
a long ass time.
Whoa.
We would do a thing where it would call Kanduri Udbosh. Kanduri Udbosh
right.
means you go to the corner and you do squats. You do
right.
literally do squats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess they're building your muscles for the next time they're gonna
don't
bound
know.
up.
Get stronger.
Get stronger for the world.
Be a worthy opponent.
I thirst for competition.
Yeah, Osama, you've been very bad. Now
Yeah.
push-ups. All right.
Burpees.
All right, burpees. 100 of them. All right.
Go climb Mount
Climb
Everest.
that rope. Okay.
Yeah, so I would get squat training, and that would be my whole. That I would do like 100 of those, and I couldn't leave unless.
Like Indian people also invented CrossFit too.
Yeah,
Kind
Jesus
of,
yeah.
Christ.
My God.
Yoga and CrossFit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because we're very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is like Indians, it's always been a learning thing, and so with Asians too. It's like hitting is a learning experience.
Yeah.
So like your dad, even
Training.
when he's hitting you, he wasn't like I'm hitting you because I'm a sadistic fuck.
Right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But like, was there one time when you kind of like fucking not today?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that's a really.
Were you waxed
oh.
off? you waxed off on him? Like, not
That was my next
Where you
question.
catch the fist in the air.
Yeah.
So my next question is, how was it growing up with Mr. Miyagi? Was that tough? Was that hard? Was there breaks?
Well, that's the thing is like my dad was always away, so he'd come home like once a month.
Oh, Japanese business.
Japanese style, like he was always.
Japanese
That's Japanese
style.
style, bro.
With the second family,
we,
dog.
we have a specific word for that when the dad is just constantly on business trips.
I think
And
what is
just
bad? Bad dad.
bad dad. Yeah. So that was what's weird is like when he would hit me. I mean, when I was little, it was fine, whatever. But then as I got older, I felt like I didn't really even know him that well.
Really?
And so
Yes.
now I got a stranger hit me in the fucking face.
That's intense.
And that's
A
like
stranger.
that's so
Intense.
Yeah, that was like that's when like I don't know, to be honest, like the hitting thing, I think it's fine, but if you're gonna hit your kid, you gotta like be there for the kid.
You know what?
Because
It's
otherwise
true.
it's
Go
like
to a baseball game, Dad.
Exactly.
it's like who are you? Like
Yeah, dude, this is just.
This is
Random bully who's showing up.
honestly like it maybe
Punking
wasn't even
me.
my dad. You know what I mean? Just some random Asian dude because like I just gotta de-stress.
You know, that's true, because when we got beat by our moms, there was something there where it's like, this is kind of still an intimate experience.
Because she was
you know?
with you, man.
Yeah.
Like she trying to make you better, trying to make you study harder. Like I
Yeah.
get it.
Why would your
Right.
dad hit you? Like, what were the
Like
reasons?
if I had pissed off my mom to a point where like I wouldn't listen to my mom. Like she'd tell me to do something, I wouldn't do it. And then
Right,
she'd hit
right.
me, but it didn't hurt me anymore because I was like in high school and like I was
Right.
stronger.
Right,
you know?
right.
And then she'd
You're
like
whipping
call
your
my
mom's
dad.
ass.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she'd call her boss. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Call her boss.
second
boss.
level. You know?
Get
yeah.
the manager in here.
Get the manager. yeah. She called the manager.
Dude, that's crazy.
man.
I mean, here's things like with parents now. Were they ever loving to each other? Was there like a open kind of like, oh, they kind of have like immigrant parents don't really fucking fuck with the overt
The
Yeah, I mean,
PDA.
PDA.
Yeah, they didn't. They slept in different beds.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me. Same for my
Yeah,
family.
yeah. They had
Different
di-
floors.
different rooms.
That's why we got sent 2
Wow.
floors, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
I was in a different house.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's like partly because my dad snores a lot. That's what she said. I don't know. But
But you know, even traditionally in India and Bangladesh, traditionally, they would sleep in 2 separate beds.
No,
too.
in
Yeah.
Bangladesh, no. Bro.
I
Is that what
mean,
they're- is
like
that what they
old
told you,
school.
dog?
Old school.
Is that what they told you?
Yeah,
this is
how
what
you
I
realize
know.
your
Sure,
parents never loved each other.
he's doing it.
That's a great way you could. That's something you can great. You know, you can as an immigrant parent, you can just tell them anything.
Tradition.
This is how it is
In India,
You know, I mean, in
I
the,
beat-
back in the
customary, we
homeland,
put
I have
3
another
fingers
family.
in-
You know,
I beat your mom because Hanuman said
exactly.
in the third
Haven't you
scripture
read the Gita?
that
Okay,
when
you
bitches
know,
be tripping,
right? Okay,
you gotta
yeah, that's sick.
really it's different beds, different floors.
Yeah, I mean,
There's gotta be some hate there.
I have what I called my parents had what is called an Asian marriage where they were married but didn't love each other, which is different from I think white people. White people, they get divorced but they're still together.
They still fuck sometimes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're still like, oh, well, both your mother and I are both coming to your wedding because it's about you. No. It's like the Asian way is like we hate each other, but we're gonna stay together for appearances and for tax reasons.
Oh.
So like that's the whole
Appearances is huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It just wouldn't make sense. And then later on, like after we graduated and moved out, then they whatever.
That's very
Really?
desi too, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's so many. My parents, I mean, they only loved each other after they had my brother and I. They had to like join together against a common enemy.
Right,
Yeah, there you
the
go.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how they found their love for each other.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
The fucking was just strictly labor. That's why they like, you need to be a fucking doctor.
Right.
I didn't have all that sex for nothing. You know?
So much
I need an ROI, return on this investment.
So much.
You know?
Jesus.
It's like as he was beating you, like slow motion, and he like winks at his wife.
Getting it done. I love you, bitch.
She's getting
Wow.
so
Wow.
early.
Could you beat Osama again? Oh God! Oh,
This
playing
time
with my
start with the
clit.
ass first.
Yeah.
I believe in
Maybe
miracles.
mom and dad are fucking tonight. No.
Oh God! But doesn't that like? Do you feel that the beating kind of put a lot of distance between you and your parents? Because I don't see that with you. You still
Love my
are tight
mom.
with- right
Love my
after the
mom.
beating. Like, tell me more. Like, why? Like, how's that possible?
This is interview flipped. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
really?
Shit.
Wow,
What
a couple of fucking pros over here. That's a fucking judo move right there, huh?
Speaking of which, let's get her in here. Yeah.
Guys, welcome to Asian Not Asian. We're going to Pan Asian, taking over the podcast.
Woo! No, my mom, I love her because she would always undo the hit
Yes.
with as much love. So
That's the genius.
So that's what she would do.
That's
So,
literal
They
torture.
are both
Yeah.
good and bad cop at this. This could all end right now.
You know, right?
This could all
I
end.
told
Do you want
you.
some food?
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
you.
I told
The
you.
food is a huge
The
part
food,
of it.
the food.
Food is
The
a huge
food.
part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
This
crying.
is some
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay shit.
yeah,
That's why,
yeah.
like, that's the way there's no Indian terrorists who are like they've gone through all that already. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
affect them. You
Right,
know?
right,
true.
right.
It's very true.
And the ones who are ISIS fighters had loving moms, you know?
Yes,
They didn't get
exactly.
beat enough.
Exactly.
It's true. They
Wasn't
love them too
equal.
much.
So,
Yeah.
she would kind of like immediately like flip over.
She would
and
flip the hand first and then beat me with the other hand.
Yeah,
and then
right.
she would...
use the other hand to feed
Yeah, and then
you.
she would flip, yeah. But what happened was, as I would be like, bleeding out slowly.
Right.
I'm seeing.
Then she would slowly chalk my outline. And that's where we bonded, you know? No, it's more like after a beating, you probably had this too, right? So after the beating, there is a refractory period where you're on the other end of the house where you're just fucking like lick my wounds and kind of like not interact. Then either you walk down and kind of watch TV silently, or they come up to you and say, "Come eat," right?
Yeah.
It's never a nice way, though. By the way, you have to be the one to come down if you want them to be sweet,
Right.
Because my mom, if she had to come, she'd be like, "Come fucking eat," or whatever.
Yeah.
Eat,
Round two, bitch.
Yeah.
eat.
Or
And
round
she'd be
two,
like,
bitch.
and then she'd slowly talk her way into the reconciliation, but it would
Yeah.
all be harsh words.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right. So what happened is like as you eat,
Yeah.
then the conversation starts. Like, okay, like why'd you do this? This is why I hit you.
Oh.
I'm trying to get you. Blah, blah. And so
Fuck,
there's
dude.
always been this like ritual.
Yeah.
My mom always gave the love. She was always, but she was temperamental. So I know that I look back at this. My mom will try to downplay the temperamental element of it.
Yeah.
No, I hit you because I did this.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
To her, she was like patting me on
Yo,
the back for
The
a good
revisionist
job.
history is
Revisionist
history. My mom, when I bring it up ever, she's like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Then the anger will come back. She's like, "Shut up," and then she'll be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I'm showing my true colors.
Right.
But this thing happened in my house where my mom, mad temper, They
Mad.
they just fucking got these tempers on
Right.
them. My mom had the worst temper, and then there was like a turn in her personality. And then all of a sudden she'd be like, "Hey, you guys notice I'm not so mad anymore?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, bitch, this is scarier than that."
Yeah.
What you're telling me now is you're actually scary, and it sounds sadistic. You know?
It's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
if like Hitler saw like a Jew go walk by, he's like, isn't it cool how I didn't kill that Jew? Right
Yeah.
now? Isn't that cool of me that I didn't kill that Jew? I know, I'm really growing. I'm really
Bless your
growing.
heart, Jew. Bless your heart, Jew.
Yeah.
Get out of here and go breathe them good air, huh? How
That's
about
what
that?
this is
Breathe some
very.
outside air that's not gaseous.
You ever watch the what's it that dog whisperer guy?
Oh, I saw a couple episodes of that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Caesar Milan.
Yeah, Caesar
Holy
Milan.
shit, you
This is
fucking-
all
I-
Caesar
I feel like-
Milan.
I don't know. Caesar Milan?
Exactly. On AMC at 10 o'clock. Yeah, exactly, too. Yeah, get on your rollerblades. This is all his shit. His shit is about, you need to, like, it's all like conditioning the dog. You're all about, he's not, like, necessarily getting mad at them, but, like, you're, like, redirecting their energy so that, like, let's say a dog is, like, you're going to go take it for a walk, and the door opens,
Right.
and the dog starts getting crazy. You close the door, and then you wait until the dog calms down, and then you stand in front of the door so the dog has to look at you. And then the
Okay.
dog has to come to you, keep looking up at you.
Oh, shit,
And then
okay.
associates you with like, I'm not sure what to do. I better look at Caesar Milan. And like, that's what you keep
Okay,
doing.
so
Fucked up thing about that is that he learned that probably from his mom raising him,
He's not even
Was it
Caesar
like
Milan.
dog training? He learned that from his mom. He's like, I wonder if this will work on dogs.
He's actually
too.
South Asian. It's crazy. Yeah. His name's Usama
Well,
too.
the metaphor's the same, except at the end of that, the dog would come out and then he would take a sandal and beat the dog.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
There you go.
But that's really interesting. It's like it is very Pavlovian.
It
You know
is.
what I'm saying? They had
It
no
is.
idea that they were
It's all training.
It's all training.
every mom.
And it's passed down from generation
Right,
to generation. 5,000 reincarnations or whatever the fuck it is you guys believe in.
Dynasties
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
term, I think,
Yeah,
guys. Dynasties.
Dynasties.
Yeah, like the word era, I feel like is a gentrified dynasty. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
The word
yeah,
era
yeah.
came in and gentrified dynasty. But here's the thing: it's like Indian parents and our Asian parents are just masters of behavioral science without even knowing it.
Yes.
So they know about all those just from living in it. Because when you live in it, because all that testing is about extreme responses,
Yes.
and that's all immigrant lifestyle is. It's extreme responses to all the 5 needs that we have.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so beatings, food, shelter, everything extreme. So you just learn more about human nature in that extreme.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Right, it
beatings
strips
come
away
from.
everything until you got only what you need to make it.
Right.
You don't have to worry
right.
about like all this other stuff about play dates and shit like that. That's
Play
all
dates.
extra shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why people are so confused.
Play
They need
dates.
books and shit like that, because they're like, well, I need to do it in the woke way. I need to do it in a way where he doesn't become autistic or whatever at the end. The fuck? So like,
He doesn't become the last hit. I love trains. You get hit. You're like,
I'm great at math now. It's like, oh no, he doesn't. He can't read my facial features anymore.
He's just doing puzzles and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Oh no. Wow.
Oh god.
That's what happens. That's what
That's
happens.
Too good
funny.
at math now.
Yeah, he's too good at math. Fuck.
That's all he wants to
Yeah.
do.
But I don't know what.
Right, he becomes tuition.
Put down the calculator. Put it down.
Yeah. It's just that's like they have to kind of figure all that shit out, and there's a lot of stuff why people have to worry about, and with like all the extra shit about parenting.
I mean, that's the thing is when you have the luxury of. That's why you have these white people with allergies and
Yeah.
peanut allergies and
Yeah.
allergies to like cameras or whatever.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they don't get selected for, right? So the people with the weaker genes are still procreating.
Oh.
So we have all these.
Whoa.
I have a great immune system because
Yeah.
because
Because everybody else died
9 of my
of
uncles
typhoid.
died.
Yes.
and
Right.
the one uncle survived, had progeny, and I survived.
That's what I keep thinking. I keep waiting for this whole vaccine thing to like really hit the fan, because it's like, yeah, right now we got like, what do we have? Like what's the thing that's come back? Measles.
Yeah.
Like
Measles come back.
don't get me wrong, measles fucked up, but like you probably live, right?
Yeah.
I wait till the smallpox comes back.
Oh, yeah.
My mom had smallpox.
Okay.
Because that shit came through the village she was in.
back
Killed
in
about
Vietnam?
killed about like 5% of the population, right? And smallpox is gross looking. It's
Yeah.
super horrible looking.
Shit.
Came through the family, whatever. They all lived, fortunately.
What the fuck?
But that's why she's like all about like fucking vaccinations. She's just like, what? You don't have to do this. We don't have to just like kill one of our siblings through whatever the fuck it is. And so
But
I'm
at the
waiting
same
for
time,
that.
she became like queen of the village then.
Yeah,
after
she-
that.
nothing-
was like, she just rose
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
She's literally the strongest one
She's
here.
literally the strongest one.
But who is she ruling? Just corpses.
Just corpses, other dead children.
But you know how? Okay, this is the Jenny McCarthy. That's her name, right? The
Yeah.
person who's against vaccination. It's a classic white lady thing. Okay, you go to a restaurant, right? Your kid starts crying because the food's bad. Who do you blame? Not the shitty kid.
The chef.
The chef. So Jenny McCarthy is the ultimate. Let me speak to your manager right now. Her kid is autistic,
Yeah.
so she wants to talk to God right now. You know what I'm saying? And be like, stop
Oh,
vaccinations.
fuck.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the ultimate. Let me speak to your manager. Is the anti-vax thing? I'm telling you, it's the white lady response. My kid is autistic. I can't accept that. So let me attack something outward. That's not my.
I think with Asian people, we see an autistic kid and we're like spelling bee champion. You know what I'm saying?
we harness. We harness the power.
You know
what I'm saying?
Use it in a word.
Spelling bee
Use
champ,
it
that
in
sounds
a
like
sentence.
a racial slur for Indian kid. Just say Indian kid, all right? Yeah, we got these spelling bee champs moved into the neighborhood.
Oh my God.
Big
You know
time
how
spellers.
these fucking spellers, right? Am I right? God, Latin roots. Yeah, that's sick.
We got one of those katana wielders coming in. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh my
here we go.
God.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question. We kind of wanted to ask also like an Asian quiz. If you can pass, we're gonna ask you some Asian questions.
Oh, God.
And see if you can answer them.
Okay.
Okay. We didn't actually prepare any, so
Yeah, we didn't prepare any at all.
Okay,
What
one
do you
of the
start?
questions I
You
asked-
gonna Google Japan? What are you gonna do? What the fuck are you doing?
Okay, I texted Pranav if I can ask this question. He just gave me eyes. Okay.
Okay.
Should I ask it?
You can ask anything.
Go, yeah, of course
Nothing
you can.
is off limits
Ask
with
it.
me and Mike.
Okay. Fool me. What year did your grandpa rain fire on the Hawaii military base that sparked American involvement in World War II?
He was too young for that. I'll be honest. He was a kid. He was a kid. I'm actually
I'm glad
answering
you're really
it.
answering the question, bro.
He actually caught the bomb. That's why he's so tan.
He was the guy who did this to the planes. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. He was just the guy on the dock. Just go that way.
Go.
He was chill. Talk to me.
Go. Pointing with the pencil. And
He was just the guy with the glow sticks.
Oh
Trust
my
me.
God.
He didn't know they were going
We
to
gotta
Hawaii.
find that guy. That guy's the real
find that
villain. It's not me. It's not the people who dropped the bomb. It's that fucking
The
guy.
air traffic controller. It's
Yeah,
that
dude.
asshole.
Yeah.
Wait, did he answer?
Oh yeah. What year? What year?
Oh, this is a real question?
Yeah, yeah,
When
what
did
year?
Pearl Harbor happen?
Yeah,
That's the
basically.
question?
But I made it
Oh,
racist.
I don't fucking know.
What do you guys call that though? Like happy fun time? Like happy fun joy time? What was that?
You
One that got away.
Independence Day is the one that got away.
AKA Christmas.
When did it happen?
Happy fun day.
Do you know? Do you know the
Yes.
answers? You know the year?
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
1941.
Oh my God! Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What the?
Yo, you know why I got that?
Why?
Well, okay, that was a guess. I had a range, but it's just because I'm reading this book called Pachinko about how Japanese people fucked over Koreans, and they date everything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, 1930, like 1910 and 1935. That was like the colonization. So like that was in the
shit.
range of my guess,
Okay,
dude. Because
okay.
I read books now. Shout.
You like that white guy reading about slavery for the first time? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, no. Well, it's like slavery. What the
Japanese
fuck?
people were bad.
Oh shit. He's eating at a restaurant there.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question for Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Mike,
God. Okay.
What is this that I'm holding right now?
A phone.
It's pronounced fana.
Oh, wait,
I don't
what?
get that. What is he doing? What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I get it, and I'm so sorry. I'm so-
Fana?
Phana.
Is that a Vietnamese word for phone?
I guess.
Or is that
Pho, info, damn.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I was hoping for something really racist.
Just,
but-
just
Yeah, you know.
well, actually, it was so racist that it almost was not racist. You know what I'm saying? Fun,
It was a really lighthearted quip,
yeah.
which I just.
No, he's Chinese. We're gonna ask him a Chinese question.
Yeah,
okay?
hit me with a Chinese thing.
Okay.
I mean, Vietnamese
He's-
people and Chinese people have a
Wait,
lot of
you're
overlap.
Chinese?
No, I'm Vietnamese.
Wait.
Now I'm offended. See that? Now I'm offended.
too.
Wait, why
I'm
do you
like,
think we're making all these Vietnamese jokes this whole
I
time?
thought you were just enjoying the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
The vibe of Vietnam, the vibe of Fall of Saigon. What the fuck?
Man,
Mike was just, a team player. You know what I'm saying?
it's like they are in my mind. They are way off. But you know what? Better conform.
I was
That would
asking
be super
Vietnamese
Chinese.
questions, and
Okay,
you're like,
no.
he just Mike's
I'm
an expert on
Vietnamese.
Vietnam
Why
as a
did
Chinese person.
I remember asking you one time a long time ago if you were Vietnamese because I thought you were because Nguyen.
Yeah.
And I thought I heard you say Chinese that time. So in my whole life, I've known you. I was like, why is he Chinese?
Ethnically, a lot of them are Chinese.
Right.
There are a lot of ethnic Chinese. I mean, I'm Vietnamese. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
okay,
good.
you know
Thank
what? Let's do this. Okay, here we go.
You can hit me with a Chinese question. I mean,
No, I'm hit you with a Vietnamese question.
Okay,
now, Okay.
He's Googling.
Spell pho. Okay.
yes.
All right, here we go. So the banh mi
Yeah.
originally came from what country?
Ooh, I guess from France.
Oh yeah. Shit, dude.
Well, because that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
like the baguette, right?
Yeah, we
But
got a lot of
Wait,
mad. We
it
got
came from
They
France?
came
Well,
with
I
the
mean-
pork. They came with the pork side, and then the
yeah,
Vietnamese added the pickle stuff.
That's why we are the only country that drinks coffee. Asian
Right.
country drinks coffee.
Ah.
We fuck with dairy. We
Yeah.
we eat cheese. That all came from white people, dog.
Yeah.
There's a such thing as a Vietnamese cheese.
Oh God.
No. There should be, but no.
Hmm.
There is a very Vietnamese cheese, but they sell it in America. It's the one with the ox.
Cheese.
That sounds like the next big thing in Brooklyn.
Okay. All right.
Hold on here. Now,
All right.
now that sounds like a racial slur.
Okay.
Fucking Vietnamese cheese are coming in here.
Shit's curdling right now. Shit's curdling.
Oh, honey,
I know.
we gotta move.
All
We
right.
got some Vietnamese cheese downstairs. Yeah.
And they're really cutting it. Right
They're
now.
really cutting it, yeah.
Here's fuck, marry, kill. Okay.
okay, go.
Mao Zedong, Emperor Hirohito, and Pol Pot.
No.
Who's
Kim
last
Jong
one?
Un.
Pol
All
Pot?
right. Kim Jong Un,
Okay.
Pol
Oh,
Pot,
good one. Yeah.
and Mao Zedong.
I don't know Pol Pot. I'm an idiot. I don't know who that is.
Cambodia.
Cambodia, Khmer Rouge.
Oh, was he that guy the documentary's based off of?
Which one?
right.
Killing Fields?
Killing Fields.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
up there, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Wait, hold on. So what are the three?
Kim Jong Un or Il? Should we go Il?
Let's go.
Let's go Il.
Kim, let's go Il. Kim
Il for 300?
Kim Il Sung is kind of benign compared. So yeah, Kim Jong Il,
Okay.
Emperor Hirohito.
Oh yeah.
Shouts.
Yeah. Or Mao
Text you
Zedong.
later.
Or Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong.
You just made that so when you're Mao Zedong.
No, that's his name. It's
Mao Zedong.
T-S-E dash.
No, but now
TUNG.
they've changed. Now they've since altered the anglicization of the spelling. So it's Zedong now.
Oh, really?
It used to be Mao Zedong.
Okay.
Right.
Don't care.
As he wears his communist outfit.
Yeah, I do.
This is more.
This is-
hold on here.
this
This is more
partisan
Fidel.
chic.
I'm more into Fidel Castro. Okay. All right. I'm Western. All
Which
right.
side were you on Tiananmen Square, man?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. I guess I would marry Kim Il Sung.
Really?
Because
Really?
I think he could provide a really good lifestyle for you.
Okay.
If you're in his inner circle,
you- right,
If you
drink the
selfish.
Kool-Aid,
Yeah,
look how
yeah.
fat he is. I would be fat too.
Right. Okay.
He'd be
okay.
sick.
Okay.
You know, he's
Okay.
got caviar coming in.
Yeah, it's true.
right.
I guess I would. I would fuck Mao Zedong.
Okay.
You know, because I
Just
like
the
his
weight-
outfit.
the weight
it's
of
the
it,
weight.
you know what
It's
I'm saying?
the
Yeah,
weight.
hot
He's a good
fuck.
lay.
And then
He's a good
oh,
lay.
dude, no, hold on here though.
Shouts.
I like Hirohito. He's got good style. I got the glasses from him.
Yo, that's very true.
True.
You know, Hito does got mad style.
Dude, he's
Good style.
original Warby Parker right there, man.
Okay.
I guess I'd fuck him then. I'd have to kill. I'd have to kill
Wabi
multi
Parker.
now.
Wabi Parker.
Wabi Parker.
Wabi Parker.
Wabi
Wabi
Sabi.
Parker.
Wabi Pucky?
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, your turn. Here we go.
I guess like I would kill Kim Jong, right?
Okay.
Because like he's always trying to bomb
Japan.
South Korea and Japan
Right,
at the same
right,
time.
right.
You're very greedy.
Yeah, choose
on
an
now.
enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'd kill him, and then what's the it was a fuck and marry, right? Or what did I say? Yeah, kill. I would kill. Right. So I would fuck. I would fuck Hirohito. I think
Really?
I would.
Whoa.
I
Really?
think
With
I'd
the
fuck
glasses on or glasses off?
Yeah.
On, bro.
On.
Oh, give me that fetish.
Okay.
That World War II
Yeah.
fetish. That World War II fetish, bro.
Oh, dude, there's got to be Hirohito porn.
Yeah,
for
bro.
sure.
Tell me about Meiji restoration. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Something about
Educate me, dude. I don't know
Tell me
shit.
about the chrysanthemum throne.
Yeah.
Can we fuck up the chrysanthemum throne?
Pluck my flower.
And I'd wear a little kimono for him, and it'd be
Oh man,
nice,
that's
you
great.
know?
That's wonderful.
I have a question I kind of want to ask, and this is like more of a social thing.
Yeah.
Why do you think that South Asians and East Asians don't hang out as much?
You know, hold on here.
It seems like we should be, because our culture is very much the same.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I had a couple Asian friends, but really as a culture, they didn't really fuck
Are
with
you
each
think
other.
there's
asking
a couple
like?
things.
Are you asking like why in high school we don't hang out, or why the two countries actually in Asia like aren't more tight?
Whatever you want to answer. Like, it's,
I think
politically,
so.
I don't think they really hang out like that.
So Fumi knows this. First of all, in high school, a lot of my friends were South Asian.
okay.
Rishi,
Because
Tejas.
they don't know how
You're
to
just
party.
naming Indian. You're
just-
naming
yeah.
Dylan of
Those are the
brown
only
people
two.
right now.
So I think I don't know. They were more fun than the East Asians.
Bet your ass.
When I was in college, I was part of Indus, which is
Whoa.
I was in
Really?
Indus. I paid dues and everything.
Really?
You guys owe me $25. I paid Indus.
Rupees.
I would
Paying
go to.
rupees.
I would go
Yeah.
to. I would hang out. All of my friends were all. A lot of them were Gujarati.
Really?
Yes.
So
I
you
would
hung out with
go-
them for years and still don't know how
You
to
were
pronounce.
hanging out with the least fun Indians. By
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah. Yes, actually,
These
I
are
found out later
Titolos,
on
yeah.
they were kind of the least fun.
Yeah.
But I did go to there was some sort of New Year's thing with the sticks, and where everybody, it's like a
Dandiya!
line dance.
This is like
Wait, why are you guys bunga dancing?
this is like Cold
No,
Stone Creamery.
this is
when we
Dandiya.
do-
This
when
is
we tip.
Dandiya.
It's
Yeah.
Indian shit. It's Indian shit.
How they
Okay.
practice
Shit.
beating their kids.
Yeah.
It's a dance to
No,
honor
no, so
that.
Rupees just swiping a sword.
With 2 hands too.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's like everybody was really good. It was spinning around and shit. So that was fun.
That's for the harvest. That's for the, that's
Yeah.
a good,
Okay.
good
So
job.
that's what it was. So but then like over time, and this is a thing, is that you guys kind of were able to, and I don't think you guys did this in a mean way, but you guys kind of closed ranks. You guys very much like interdated each other.
Yeah.
It was impossible to date a South Asian
You
girl.
never dated one?
I didn't even think about it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even
Interesting.
think about it because it was just like
Really?
they were just like all like everybody was like this whole thing. Indian dudes are so hairy and smelly
Hey!
and tall and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey.
So,
It's
but
true.
you know,
Accurate.
but
Very
whereas East Asians, I didn't have that many like Asian friends in college even, but like I think they were able to kind of we kind of like melted into white culture a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
I think that's what's going on.
Exact opposite perspective.
Yeah.
Where it was the East Asians who were like Koreans, especially, were just super insular.
Korean people are very
They are.
Korean people are
Right.
hyper insular.
yeah,
Very,
they
yeah,
are. Yeah.
Even
And-
their BBQ
and
hot
I
pots.
always felt like Indians were kind of more sellout-y, desi South Asians.
Interesting.
In terms of their assimilation
Okay.
into like whiteness.
Here's my
Very
take. I think
interesting.
as Indians get older, I think we have the similar kind of growth. It's like they become whiter, but they become more insular. So they find the white Indians. So other white Indians find other white. You know the white people.
Like you guys?
What's up?
Like you guys? You no, I'm not being funny. Would you guys consider yourself white Indians? What do you mean? What do you mean white?
White
mean Americanized? You mean Americanized?
You guys are
are
comedians.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Hold on. Here's we are a breed of our own. All right.
Yeah.
No. Here's what a white Indian is. White Indian is a career-oriented.
Okay, I see what
Indian
you're saying.
who-
It's all about economic.
economic
Oh,
class.
okay. Yeah, you
class.
guys are poor.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
If anything, we're black Indians.
we
Yeah.
are
Oh, yeah.
Vietnamese Indians, actually.
Yes, I'm down with
We
this.
are
Yeah.
jungle Indians,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
aka Indians.
We sit on the couch the same. It's cool as fuck. Yeah.
Vietnamese are the most Indian Chinese people in Asia.
It was Indian.
Fuck is what he's saying.
Okay. So anyway. So yeah. Okay. I
So
see what you're
happens is
saying.
it's a class thing. So you
Okay.
stick with the class people. So the career lawyery,
Yeah,
financy
yeah,
women
yeah.
will meet the financy Indian guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
They
the
moved to
women
New
become insular.
Jersey. They buy the house.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. I personally was always into Asian women. I never could understand. I thought they were insular. I thought they were like,
really?
no, we don't want. Only recently have I started dating some Asians.
You know what it
from
is,
the Eastern,
too?
from the Orient.
Eastern.
So, I feel that Fumi hit this once on our podcast, Asian Not Asian.
Check it out.
That
We're definitely gonna.
yeah,
fuck
it's-
with this.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'm not even in the,
These
in
are
the
the
jam.
guys.
This is Fumi only just looking and nodding, and a lot of gong sounds all of a sudden, just like,
We're gonna dub this so when you guys talk and stop talking, your mouth still moves.
you fucked my
And then
mouth.
I was at you.
So I think that a lot of times people they have to see that combination on screen to be like, oh, that could happen. I didn't know
yes,
about
that's
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Asian white people, that's, you know, they're all there, you know, whatever.
And ultimately, like that's why Asian people, a lot of we don't know how to date other Asian people.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even know
Right.
about dating other Asian because you don't see until recently like a cool Asian guy with like
Yeah.
dating a cool
Yeah.
Asian
Like,
girl.
yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah. How do you
If you're
yeah.
cool and you're Asian, you're dating a white person.
That,
or whatever
I
the fuck
think that's
it is.
very true with Indians too.
So
Yeah.
for Asians, for a while, you were like, I can date a white girl when it's a zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Then I can date a white girl.
That's the only time.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah,
get my-
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
head
Yeah.
was bashing with the baseball
Literally
bat.
when everyone
Yeah.
else is a zombie.
Yeah.
That's when I'm. Then
Oh,
Fumi comes
slide
in.
in.
So, girl. And that's why we're all trying to be doctors, okay?
That's right. Yeah, we're all trying to be
last
doctors.
guy on earth here. Last guy on earth here. What are you gonna do?
Literally, everyone is dead.
I think
God.
I'll go with the corpse.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Dude, actually, I tutor some kids, right? And it blew my mind because I had this kind of like one kid who was like a popular little bitch, like seventh grade,
Yeah.
kind of a shit little white girl, right?
white girl.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
She was like, yo, I'm so excited for Crazy Rich Asians. I'm going to watch it day one.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is how
See?
deep it's gotten.
Yeah.
Because when we were growing up, bro, these white girls that were like kind of the prissy bitches,
Yeah.
they weren't even
Never.
looking in your direction.
No, we
now
weren't
they're
even on the
watching
radar.
Crazy Rich Asians on day
No.
one.
And they think they're hot.
They think they're hot.
Right?
Right.
That's the most
Whole
important part.
different thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The day that movie came out, bro, like 8 fucking Yangs got their dick sucked behind the bleachers.
Just
Eight
eight.
Yangs got their Yangs sucked.
Millions of dollars going into the
Got
film.
their wangs
Just
sucked.
Eight dongs got their
Eight
wangs
yangs,
sucked.
8 dongs got their wangs. Your wangs dongs. Dong wang yang. Now we're being dong wang yang.
Oh, God.
Got their dang wang.
That's
licked.
why Asian guys want more movies with Asian people. It's
God,
about
yeah.
the dick sucking. We don't care
Trying
about
to
the
get that dick
representation.
sucking,
We just
yeah.
want a dick
I
suck.
legit was talking about this. I legit think Harold's and Kumar's 4, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the last time we hung out on screen.
Yes.
Was fucking, how progressive was that movie? bro?
that was a
You
big
don't even think
coup.
about how crazy that movie was because like we were all just super high. We
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was like a really groundbreaking
Really?
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
two main characters.
I went and
Yeah.
saw it with at the time my Korean best
Okay.
friend too. It was a whole, and we were huge stoners too. We were like, we're doing this. This is for us.
But that didn't catch a movement. That should have been the
didn't.
beginning of a lot more. But it
Yeah.
was a very successful movie that kind of didn't keep going.
It didn't.
Great thing was it was made by Jews.
The real enemy. Finally.
That's why he was like, what's an Asian name? Harold? I like how you guys got Harold and we got like the fucking thing.
Yeah. Why couldn't he just?
Right.
But yeah, can you actually tell me why we never see like a Connor Gupta?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, you're about to when you see my nephews.
Well, why?
Here's the thing.
But I
would be
like
too
it that you guys
successful,
don't do
you
it.
know?
Here's the thing. I think Indian is still like Hindi and it's still phonetic.
Yeah.
In a way that's not. It's like I think Asian and languages are more tonal, right? A lot of the Chinese languages. So it's like they're like more
Chinese.
They're more like they're just hard. They're just hard.
Oh, so like the
Chinese
Indian names,
now.
you can say like you can go by
He doesn't give
Raj
a
or
fuck.
something.
Yeah. That's
I
how
don't-
Chinese again. No, I think it's just harder to convert some of the names. I legit think
There's
it's-
no way that's
You
the
know,
right
That's
one.
I
not
see
the
what you're saying
reason at
because
all.
no, my wife Gina, that is a Korean name and an American name.
Right.
Yeah.
Gina.
Well, Koreans are Christian.
Because you can say it China, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like you can say it like that.
there's the Christian thing.
There's
with
a Christian
East
thing also,
Asians,
yes, there's also that.
Right, but that's mostly Koreans, actually.
mostly Koreans.
Right,
Right,
and I
yeah,
guess to
Esters,
some
that-
extent
yeah.
Vietnamese and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I think it has to do with how they approach being in America and assimilation.
That's a great point. That's a great
You
point.
know?
Yes.
I don't think it's about the names themselves. Indian names are hard as fuck. Okay.
Those are last
That's not
names.
once-
Last names are hard. Oh, you can't
the,
change
the,
last
the,
names.
the South ones don't do it.
Look, the South, they love the alphabet in the South. That's true, but it's still the names are not any less difficult than East Asian names, right? In fact, I would say that they're actually easier if you look
Really?
name by name.
XI is she? That's easier
Okay,
than.
excuse me, Usama, okay?
Yeah.
Really? Indian
Usama.
names are, it's very like, it sounds like Japanese because the consonant vowel combination.
That's true.
Japanese is the
Yeah, yeah,
simplest Asian language, I think.
People freak out though because it's kind of long, but
Right.
if you just read 2 letters at a time, it's actually super
I
easy.
think it's the easiest one
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
all
yeah,
of them, right?
yeah.
It is,
Okay.
but it doesn't have tones. No tones.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
tonals.
Tonals.
You don't
Yes.
need tonals, man.
So you think
Unlike
it's because
Chinese.
like it's just one of those things where like
I think
they
it's
want-
attitudes towards assimilation.
Okay.
more
I
than
agree with that.
anything.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
he's-
think if you
right.
take like Japanese people who are here like back in World War II,
Oh,
or,
yeah, their names like
in
a
German
bird.
Yeah, their
camps
names
and
like-
stuff
like
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 that.
Dan Harumi,
That's,
right?
Yeah,
Dan.
that's just like that's like
we got a name drop. We got a name
Name
drop.
drop.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's like people. That's survival, right?
Right,
Like
so-
you
yeah,
need
right,
to like. This
survival.
is how American we are.
Yep.
We got to have these names.
Shit,
you
you're
know?
right. You're
And I
right.
think for the rest of them, that's survival. I think my two nephews, my 2 youngest nephews, both have American names and Indian names, and
really?
I was really upset at first that they did that, but I think growing up for like my sister-in-law in like fucking bumfuck Maryland
Yeah.
was probably hell on her as like a brown woman,
Mm.
and she was probably like, I don't want my kids to have to go through that kind
Right.
All
of
this
thing.
other shit.
Whereas
But
our
dude-
parents came over in
Yeah.
a more recent generation of people who came over in like the 60s, 70s,
Yeah,
80s.
yeah, yeah.
And for them, they're like, no, why? I'm going to name him.
Yeah, this is his name. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Of course. What's the problem?
That's a tight name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can straight up
Beat
dance
drop.
to a
Yeah.
name. It's like
Yeah,
a
for
3-minute
sure.
song to a South Indian name.
Hey,
What's your Chinese name? Or Vietnamese?
What's your Chinese name?
Thank you.
My Vietnamese name is Zui.
Zooey.
But Zooey is so easy to pronounce.
Zooey Deschanel.
You know,
Zooey
no,
Deschanel.
Yeah.
It is
Zooey
easy.
Deschanel.
It is easy to pronounce, just like Win is easy to pronounce, and then we just threw a fuck ton of consonants at it.
Yeah.
Just the same thing with when you spell it, it's D-U-Y. There's no way that you would ever get Dewey
Dude,
from
Chin Chin is XIONG or
More
something
with
like
the
that.
Chinese shit. Okay,
Right?
right? Yeah.
Chin Chin?
Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me.
I'm not Chinese.
Mike, I
You
need you
got the wrong
I need
guys.
you to be better.
I need you to be more
advanced.
I need you to be more Chinese. You play Chinese.
Stunt double.
Yeah.
Stunt
Can we get a
double.
Chinese stunt double
With
in
more
here?
breakdancing and more
This
Chinese.
is the
exactly.
whitest episode of Mango Bay, thanks to you.
Thank you.
So you guys are both Eskimos. Let's talk about this.
I have
Tell
no
me
regrets.
more.
I
Why
have
is it
no
so
regrets.
cold where you come
I'm
from?
willfully ignorant of the
Yeah, I
of
love
the
it.
Eastern types.
I love it.
Why do you think you guys get grouped in as just Asians? Indians, they don't call Indians Asians in this country. In England, they do.
Yes, that's true.
In England, but here when they're like, I can't just be like, oh, I'm Asian too. They're like, no, we mean Asian.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what is
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
I think it's because like you guys have such a distinct culture.
That's
It's
true.
not. It's like so different. Like just first
It's
of all,
very
like
different.
Indian
Really
people,
different.
and I know that Asian American people dance now, but if you look at like Asian people don't really dance.
Right.
Indian people know how to fucking dance. That's the first
We
thing
dance, we
because I
dance.
used to live in Singapore, and that's the first thing I had a lot of Indian friends, and that's the first thing I noticed.
Wait,
like,
you used to live in Singapore?
yeah, I lived in
When?
Singapore just from '97 to '98.
Really?
Yeah, just
Oh,
one
you guys
year.
have fun layers, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of
of.
brown people there, and like
Yeah.
they'd always be dancing and shit.
They
And, like,
always
they're-
be dancing.
and they're
dancing.
fucking good.
They be.
And my mom
These
be like,
fucking spelling bee champions.
yeah.
Fucking dancing.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I don't know, like the way that your like traditional clothing has a lot of colors. You guys you guys fuck with elephants. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like a very
guys
distinct.
fuck with
I think they said fuck elephants, and I was like, let's pump the brakes for a second, because we gotta figure this one out. How they figured it out.
But it's like
Now we all fuck
it's like
elephants.
How do you know
clearly
this?
different
It's
from
kind
the
of a
shit we're
flattering
doing.
thing to say, though. You
Exactly.
can fucking elephant. You're
Bro.
the fucking man.
Bro,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm on
true.
top, bitch.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
already
yeah.
know I'm on top.
For sure.
You know that.
Okay, Bernie Mac.
But you know what? That might be wrong because like Thai people also fuck with elephants. So I don't know.
But that's
Oh.
like Indochina culture. That's the thing. There
Yeah.
is relations between.
There has been,
like
for-
ancient. Like if you go back thousands of like the Buddhism and like. That's why I feel like there is similarities in terms of the way the parenting is stuff. There is like a weird, very subtle cultural thread that
That's-
does run through
yeah.
all of Asia. I
That-
believe.
That's why you can't really think of it as like being like the country thing is like totally made up. That was like
Right.
made up in like 1905
Exactly.
by like
Right.
some guy named like Dexter, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like some like British guy named Dexter. I do believe these spelling bee champions and these cheese eaters should not be together. No, you think of it as like cultural like power sources. There's like Confucius power. There's Confucius power,
Yeah.
right? Which is like super. There, that was like for sure. That was a big thing
Right.
that affected like some of Southeast Asia, Japan, Korea.
He
And
was.
then-
Was it that popular when he was alive too? Like that
No,
idea.
yeah, everybody.
Confucius?
Yeah, no,
Confucius.
he wasn't.
Was he like a
he wasn't,
foremost
he wasn't
philosopher of his day?
appreciated in his time.
Okay,
It took a
right.
while. No, I don't know, dog.
Okay.
I wasn't
Most
there.
of the
I mean-
Analects are taught through the through like his disciples. Like it's all like
Yes.
Socratic
Yeah, yeah,
dialogue.
This
Yeah,
whole
so-
podcast has been me assuming he knows more than he does, then you getting mad at me for thinking you were smart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I'm dumb. Okay,
You are.
I'm a retard.
So I think it was like those power sources, and then you think of like South. There's a bunch of power sources in South Asia, but like, and then they kind of mix together in between, which is
Right.
Thailand.
Right.
And that's why Thailand's got this like whole weird thing
Oh,
going
Thailand
on.
is probably the crux
They're
of
really
what-
into like the Ramayana
Yeah.
and
They're,
like it's
they're
really-
also great dancers. They have
Yeah.
a very distinct, different culture, not as Confucius-y.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
more
Cambodia,
accepting. Yes,
too.
Cambodia
It's like
too.
very Hindu,
It's like
actually.
very exactly.
It's
There's
very
all
They're
that
like
stuff
the
mixed
purest
together.
Asians because they never got colonized.
They never got
You know what I mean?
colonized.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
ones, and that's why we always talk about this as like that's why
Well,
like
next to the Japanese.
Japanese are colonized.
They did
well,
not. That's why
I
they
think-
started colonizing people. They're like, we need to get in on
Yeah,
this
but-
colonization thing.
That's
They
true.
should-
That's
I can
true.
hit us up.
But after the war, the U.S. came in and wrote our
That's
constitution
true.
in a
That's
week.
true. And said, you guys, and
Yeah.
we will never, and we will never declare war again. Signed, Japan.
wink, wink, wink.
But
But
you guys went so hard with the war that had to be in your constitution.
Chill
They
on the
do
war.
everything, Yeah.
No more war for
yeah.
Japan.
Can you just chill, please?
But the phrase, there was a saying about Japan, which is like, I think a very pan-Asian place, because in many ways it's like the most new nation in a way,
Japan?
right? And here's a phrase that I heard when I was in like a Japanese history class once, which was that the roots of Japanese society are Confucian, the trunk is Shinto, and the leaves are Buddhist.
Huh.
yeah,
fuck?
that's right.
And
I
the
think that's
sap
right.
is Muslim. Welcome. Welcome to hell, bitch.
There are. I've never seen a Muslim lady in Japan.
We like the chainsaw, it's Muslim.
Sticky Muslim chainsaw, bitch.
I don't know.
Allahu Akbar.
This is why East Asians and South Asians don't fuck with each
you
other.
see
This
what's
is
happening right
this is
now.
happening.
You see that? I wish
Yeah.
there was a Thai person standing right here.
What the fuck? Yeah.
We have to do the DBZ fucking fusion dance.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
we're
one
gonna
Thai
talk shit
person-
about you guys. So it's
one Thai person
Thai
comes out.
person, we're just
Thai
dancing.
person's
Yeah.
naked, comes out.
Yeah, just like doing the thing, the Muay Thai dance. You know,
And starts elbowing.
just
you.
elbowing everybody.
Starts doing Muay Thai.
You know, transgender
my
person, or whatever the fuck
God.
it is. So
He just starts
they're
Muay
also
Thai.
very touchy. Jesus. Look at
Yeah,
them.
that's a South
So
Indian
that's the
thing.
thing.
That's a South
The
Indian
whole
thing.
thing,
South
like
Asian
your
thing, yeah.
opening, your opening, which I've always loved, is like you guys hugging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, I love this
I've never seen
motherfucker.
like people hugging and rapping.
That's Indian
Yeah.
Indian straight dudes will have pinkies interlocked while walking.
Yeah. They
Oh, I
walk
thought you
in
were
all
saying
the
each
ends and
other's
shit.
butts. So
That's just allowed.
where's your other hand been this whole time?
Namaste.
Yeah.
The only shocking thing when you don't
The
do the
finger
chakra.
in the finger in me
Yeah.
represents the finger. It salutes the finger in
yeah.
you.
Yeah. The finger in me is the finger in you. that was Buddha, I think, in
yeah.
That was Buddha,
1925.
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
The finger in me is the finger in you. Yeah, well, it's just a very spicy culture, bro. We're always just fucking moving and sort
It
of.
is,
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
always
It's
It's super
really-
fucking
it's really
hot down
crazy.
there. So like just
Yeah.
by nature, I think the way you behave and communicate and just live is just different. You know?
It's everything's got flavor and everything's got movement. Like even when people talk, they'll just do this, you know, like they'll literally just.
Did it really do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this is literally
This
everything.
is it.
This is I hate you. I
Every
love you.
sentence is a potential song.
Yeah.
But that's like the
Get
that's
the
like
sugar, and then
Yeah.
the sugar song starts. You know?
Right.
But here's the thing: it's very much like everything has a little rhythm to it. Everything's very you know.
Yeah.
And you guys are a little just the way you guys kind of act is a little more in order, a little more
Confucius,
like,
man. I'm telling
deep.
you, all the Confucius
our whole
shit.
thing is
that's
at
all
least
that
in
came from
Japan.
there.
I think parts of China and Korea. It's like keep your shit in here,
Right.
And like have a separate personality for when you go out to the real
Bro,
world.
dude, when I was in Tokyo, when I was in Tokyo,
I heard you the first time.
bro, I literally it was a packed New York street, just like you know, like
Yeah.
in Tokyo, and you could hear a pin drop. Literally, no one's talking in this crowded ass Shibuya crossing because the decency is so like I can't talk.
Well, the
because-
whole thing is like don't fuck up anybody's day.
Right.
Yeah.
But then if you go to Osaka, so like in Japan we have this word called
That was not their thing before. I'm like Japan's main thing was definitely fuck up people's day. Back in the day. Definitely take a ship to go fuck up someone's day. Go to Manchuria and fuck it up.
Hey Russia, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
That's hilarious.
But be
that's
nice
why-
about it.
that's why I
But
noticed.
it's kind of cultural. If you go to Osaka, their whole thing is like, let's drop the act. That's their slogan.
Oh, nice.
Their slogan
really?
is let's drop the act.
Wow.
So people are,
Wow.
and so a lot of comedians come from Osaka
Oh, shit,
because they're
that's awesome.
funnier. Because if you piss somebody off, they'll just snap back at you.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Is that what? That's why I saw this one chef's table thing, this one street food show where a hilarious vendor. He's from Osaka. He's like an older dude.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to him from miles around. He's like the funniest vendor in town.
Yeah.
Because he's the most doesn't give a fuck.
Oh
Yo.
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
because
what?
Osaka people are just like they talk a little faster. They're like funnier. That's like a
Oh,
stereotype.
you're Osaka a little bit.
I'm not from Osaka.
Really?
But
You
yeah,
got Osaka vibes.
it's because I fucking grew up here, baby.
Yeah, bro.
In Ohio.
Because Fumi, dude. Fumi.
Ohio.
Ohio. Dude.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Good one.
Ohio
That's a good one.
Sorry.
He's grading you. He's grading you back here.
So hard.
was a good
Mike
one.
has been judging so hard.
Just channeling my inner Asian
I
mom.
can just
These
hear
fucking brown clowns over
You know
here.
what's so funny? They've been respectful the entire time, and we're like, oh,
Yeah, really.
welcome to the podcast.
You know, the thing is, you started it, and I saw they were receptive, so I started jumping in on it too. I was like, all right, it's a free for all.
It happens. It
I
happens.
hope you roast our daciness if and when we come on your pod.
Dude, they did. They've been
They have been,
subliminally
actually,
hating us
yeah.
too.
Don't worry, we
don't realize
got
it.
to go back to the lab and work some
Yeah,
back to the lab. Back to the lab.
we got destroyed. Yeah, bring out some Pakistani shit, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you guys both don't fit the mold. I don't think we fit the mold of what is sort of the model.
Yeah.
The model
Right, the
Asian
good-
of our
the good-
culture.
right, the good
So
one.
that's why I fucked with you guys from the beginning.
Yeah.
You were kind of a loud, quick dude like me, and we both didn't make sense in our cultures.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were like just fucking weird and kind of went off in your own tangents. I was like, nobody talks like these two guys in their culture that I've met. And I grew up with a lot of Asians. I grew up in like a pocket in Texas.
Yeah.
Super hard school system because Asians were bro. Dude, like the violas were Asian. That's how Asian.
That's
how
you
Asian-
played
you know
another
what I'm
Asian
saying?
in band.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you were
Asian played
given a
French horn.
Cambodian kid. Yeah, just like a lesser Asian for the Japanese kid to play.
Well, when there's an Asian on xylophone, it's fucking Asian, dude.
Yeah.
So when I met you guys, and Pranav as well, Pranav instantly, you guys, all three of you guys didn't fit the mold of what I thought an Indian or an Asian was going to be. And that's why I just have like a lot of love for you guys from the beginning. Just kind of making your own path. And it's showing right now. In the beginning, I was like, this guy's doing his own thing, this guy's doing his own thing. And now I'm seeing that. 3
Right.
years later, 4 years later, I'm seeing that, their lane was truly their own lane, and now people are flocking.
Oh, I
People are
see.
flocking to your
Hopefully.
shit because I knew from the beginning, I was like, these guys are doing the thing that people are going to go to. That's what we're trying to do as well. Trying to make the thing that people go to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like for a long time, like they would bucket us into different things that already existed.
Right.
So like an urban Asian guy, that makes sense. A gay Asian guy.
Urban Asian was our thing for like I think 3 years.
Oh,
we were
yeah,
Urban
yeah,
Asian
yeah.
for some reason. Like
Because we would audition
fast-
for what was like Wild Now and Joking
Yeah,
Off and stuff,
yeah.
and they just like they're like, can you just be like more like Thomas Delgado or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck his name is?
Delgado?
You know? Or what's his name?
Delgado.
Delgado, which I
Yeah.
think is a made up last name.
No, it's
He's a
Asian.
Yankees hat, like whatever. You know what I mean? But like our whole thing was like, we're also allowed to be different too. We're allowed to be interesting. We're allowed to, so that's I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure your fans feel the same way. You know what I mean? Your fans probably don't belong in any of these buckets.
Right. I think in the industry as well, it's
Or they
finally,
can live vicariously through our shit.
Right.
You know,
It's
also.
interesting because Fumi and me have always been in the same industry level. Like every time I'm in an industry thing,
Well, you were
don't even. We're both poor. But the idea is like I would always see you at these industry things, right?
Yeah.
And always in the beginning, I'd be like, now we're fighting for the same thing because we're just the same to them. We're the same activation,
Right.
active, not white.
Yeah.
Recently, I'm starting to see that people are starting to realize that we're different.
Yeah.
They're kind of giving us a little bit more of a nuance.
I think it's a result of us also just like finding our voice.
Right.
Because in the beginning, I was new. I didn't know how to write a joke, so I was like, okay, loud.
Right.
Loud, just loud.
Loud.
That was my identity,
And
right?
I was like, scream.
Yeah,
scream.
yeah.
Hand.
Yeah. But I think that's definitely a thing for sure.
I have a question. So like I think when you guys go on stage, and I feel like recently, before you were just happy to have a joke land right on stage, just like great, I don't care what it's about, salt or whatever the fuck it is, and now and then for a little while,
it's the salt joke.
Salt jokes, always the best salt jokes. But then after a while, it's like okay, you got some Asian jokes because like you do need to kind of address that.
Yeah.
And then I feel sometimes, do you guys ever feel like when you go on stage, you need to do that first to like level set? To just be like, hey, this is what's going to happen, but then and then you can kind of move off and do your.
If Pranav,
I'm a crazy
one time
person.
Pranav didn't say spelling bee twice in a set, he started crying.
That's true. I only have one spelling bee joke, and that's a new joke. That's like less than a month old, and I've been opening with it lately because it's been crushing. But it's not because of that. Other than that, I just always start with my strongest joke, which is not necessarily
So you try not to think about even like what you look like.
Actually, the one that I used to close on the most, and which is the strongest closer, was also an Indian joke. That used to close on that.
Okay.
I don't think it's Indian, say the Indian joke and then have to because I got to address it, all that shit. What I think in the racial terms for stand-up is that if I'm in a room with no Indians, or if it's like a hood room, like a black room where they haven't seen Indians, I get in my game mode like this is going to be the first Indian comic they really see. I'm going to make sure I smash the fuck out of it. So the Indians as a whole is more respected. South Asians as a whole. So like that hood dude who never has seen a brown dude outside of a fruit cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will be like, yo, that motherfucker was a brown dude, he killed it.
I love that
That's
way
a
of
great
That's
thinking.
what I'm trying to further. That's what I consider furthering the culture. Killing it in a way where I literally humanize myself through my own skill.
Okay, that's great.
That's what I think. I don't think Indian joke this or I would think how do I kill in front of a place that maybe has not seen this? Because I know I'm very aware of that.
Wow.
That's my take. You guys have that at all or no?
No, I mean I'm trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta do whatever the fuck I want, but I see what you're saying. I think but if you're in like if you'll do, I'm sure you've done shows for like white couples in their 40s.
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure.
And then you have to think a little bit more about that. It's like they're probably the first. I'm probably the first Asian comic they're seeing me. So it's like how it's not even how can I kill. It's like okay, how can I make sense to them for the first 3 minutes so that they can like me?
I guess
And
that's
then
what I'm
can-
saying. It's like I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
like,
Beat, you know, you
Yeah.
can't just jump in.
That's interesting. I've never thought about it in those terms of like how do I help them process me and what I look like.
Well, because if you're doing a longer set, I mean, people say don't pander. I'm not pandering. I'm just reordering my jokes.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's
For
like
sure.
if you're doing a longer set, you have to strategize a little bit. It's like because
Right.
I don't want to. You can't. They don't know what Venmo is, so don't open with like some drunk texting bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just like I think you have to also like. I don't know. That's the way I feel. It's like get them to like you first, whatever
Right.
that means to you.
You know when an Asian guy is pandering, it's called pandaing.
Don't,
You were
don't
doing
give it
so
to him.
well.
Don't give it to him.
You're
Don't give
doing
it to
so
him.
well.
Don't give it to
I'm
him.
not looking at the camera.
He's going to edit all this in here.
I want this to be the one they post on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Getting joke cucked.
Yeah.
I think you have to do that. And I don't think if I saw you or you, that I'd be wondering when's the Asian thing coming.
You wouldn't because we live similar lifestyles.
Yeah, you know
right?
what I'm saying? You're like an urbane type person.
Urbane.
You know,
love
so
that.
I think like I think because I've got jokes where it's like I get real into like my whole like I'm going to talk about sneakers and shit like that, which I love talking about.
you're
I've
a lot
got
of that
all
shit.
this stuff about like I love talking about that, but I'm always like, are they going to get what like it's already weird enough for people to talk about sneakers, but then there's like the Asian guy talking about sneakers and all these things, and I'm just like, oh no, is it it's like is this going to like compute with them at all, like, or is this going to be? But I mean, I like your way of just like I this is my strong joke. I'm going to go strong, start strong, and then go from there.
We're humans, right? We're humans. So if they're sneaker wearing loving humans, they're gonna vibe with it. It's not a race thing. It's just like can the Venn diagram of your experience and the crowd's experience has to like cross in some way.
Right.
That's why Asian jokes can be hacked. Indian jokes can be hacked because sometimes you're using the only reference that a white person would get.
Yeah,
But the best stuff is when you're using the Asian stuff or like my mom is Indian or Bengali, her actions towards me is a human action, even though she
Right.
happens to be
Getting
brown.
beat or whatever
the
So
fuck it is.
that's when you get to the real shit, and then you further the culture because it's an Indian joke or a brown joke, but it has the breadth of realness.
I mean, a misdirect is a misdirect. You know what I mean?
Right,
a surprise
right.
is a surprise, and they're going to react to that
Right.
no matter what, as far as I'm concerned.
But as opposed
fair.
to like saying like, you know, curry versus dandia.
Right.
The joke has dandia
Sure.
in it, won't understand.
Yeah.
Even though the joke could be solid. Right?
Right.
But if you say curry, that's why the worst kind of comedy of it is so hack.
Yeah.
Is that there's only a couple of words that they understand. Whereas if you're a black comic, the lexicon is more immersed.
Right. People know more
People know
vocab.
black
know
stuff
a lot
more.
about that black- they know black stuff.
More white people know Kendrick Lamar than Sonu Nigam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a little different the way we got to handle our own jokes.
Do you guys have jokes that work in front of non-Indian people, but Indian people don't really vibe with it?
Ooh,
I have two, and I'm always so conflicted.
I know those.
I have two, and
Who am I?
I think it's funny, but I'm like, wait, is that because like I'm super white now or super Americanized now?
Oh, no,
is
dude,
that what it is?
I felt that.
But I like it. I think like mathematically makes sense, like logically makes sense, but Asian people don't fuck with it.
What joke is that? Can you tell? Do you give the gist of it?
One is about Netflix. And how you can like skip I say I like Netflix, so you can skip the intro of the TV show you're watching
Asian
now.
people don't like that?
No, because the punchline. So I said like I love that, right? And I love that feature so much that I wish I could do to people when I'm having conversations that I don't want to be a part of. And I said, can you imagine every time you're talking to your mom and I said, you're never gonna believe what happened. Skip intro. We had the keys the whole time. But I don't think Asian moms say that. Right? That's me observing my
Well,
wife.
I've heard you do that joke, and that never registered to me as Asian. Or not Asian.
Asian people don't get it, is what I'm saying. If I do that joke at like Asian AF,
Right.
It's not that white people love that joke, but
Right.
Asian people, it's a mediocre thing.
Well, we had the keys the whole time is not an Asian thing.
That's why.
Asian mom thing.
Oh, I
You're
see
right.
what you're
Right.
saying.
But if I do
because that's not like a thing. You're right. That's like a Midwest
That's
mom
a Midwest
thing
mom
saying,
thing. But
"We
I'm
had the keys
also
the whole
that's also
time."
part of my
Asian
identity.
moms
right,
never
you
lose
know?
their keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever change that joke to like a test score or something? You know what I'm saying? That would work.
But then now the white people
So
won't
that's
laugh.
the
maybe.
expectations of an Asian
Right.
crowd for you to do more Asian-y stuff. Is that
No,
what
I don't think
you're
it's
talking
expectation. It's like because I don't write jokes
about?
like
Or to
oh,
represent as Asian.
Right.
I just write shit that I think is funny, and then I figure out later who thinks it's funny, right?
Well, when you wrote, he had the keys the whole time. We had the keys the whole time.
Yeah.
You were not thinking of your own mom.
No.
You were thinking of a joke that a white mom would say.
That is
My friends, though.
Right.
It's just an
American
ending
trope.
it's an ending to a boring story.
Right.
That's really what you're thinking about.
See, jokes is just components, right?
Yeah.
Words that mean something,
Yeah.
right? So if you're setting something up, the misdirection is that like undone. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter about culture or race. You're just trying to get the image in the head so you can bust it up for the laugh.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We're working with words, and words are persnickety because words have different meaning, and words have images, and different images can be concocted with different people.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Keys for you are just keys.
Right.
Keys for a Grand Theft Auto guy. So the challenge of a comic is like, how do I say the word that is the most specific?
that is most specific to
will
that
have
image.
the highest amount of congruent images in people's
Ah,
heads.
yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah,
Shit.
Whereas in Asians, the word had the keys the whole time. The images conjured
It doesn't mean anything.
are not.
I know, I
They're
know.
not. They're not. They're just not the right images.
Yeah.
How are you this smart and so dumb?
Bro!
And
All right, we gotta wrap up.
We gotta wrap up.
We gotta wrap up. So fucking good having you guys. Thanks
So,
for
this is so
coming on
fun.
here.
Any
thank you, man.
final Asian phrases or things to the Asian populace?
Asian phrases.
Any
Finally,
words
we can
to-
drop the accent.
Oh, Mike's on. Cool. Let's go to
You didn't even bow. So,
Any final words to the people at large?
shit. I don't know. Were we supposed to plug
Are we
stuff?
supposed to plug something or
Plug
just
some
something
stuff.
nice?
Just plug some stuff. If you had any final words before.
Dude, this was fucking fun.
Yeah.
I think South Asians and East Asians should like fuck more.
Yeah.
Really fuck more.
That's what's about
Because
to happen.
You know what's happening, dude? Indian girls they got hot in like 2013 or some shit.
I always thought they were hot.
They shaved
They were
the
so
mustache.
hot.
And
No,
they
they've
really
been
did.
hot,
still got the forearm.
society didn't allow them to be hot.
This is the guy who's hung out with Asians.
Oh,
yeah. He's hung out with Indians.
Dude, hung
He
out with
knows the
Indians.
forearm action. Yes.
So Indian girls get at me.
Oh,
Find me.
please, Fumi.
Find me.
I would love to fucking
Find
set
me.
Fumi up with
Find me, dude. Find
with
me.
a girl.
At
he could-
Fumiabe.
At the Fumi Abe, TheFumiAbe on Instagram.
I'm Nice Pants Bro on Instagram.
Yeah, man.
Also, fucking their pod.
The
Yes,
pod.
our,
Asian, not Asian.
Our podcast called
Fucking
Asian Not
pod.
Asian.
Check it
Pod.
out. Great
Yeah.
pod.
Listen to it, loved it. Hell
you
yeah,
guys will be
guys-
on there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna be on it at the end of this month.
we
so,
got a date. We got a
You
little
want
date.
some more of this complete ignorance? Completely
But
wrong.
if we come in, you guys don't do one accent on
So
us,
you guys
it's gonna be a
are
problem.
you guys are Nepalese. That's amazing. Wow. Oh my
There's
god.
like one Nepalese commenter I have never in my life been so offended. Terrible. Me and my 5 sheep are never.
I had to come down from the mountain. I was so tired.
All I want to do is come back from the mountain, enjoy a podcast. This is what I
But
do.
here we are.
And as always, fuck with us at your Mango Bae,
At
That's a good
Usama bin
one.
Laughing.
at Pranahaha.
If you're a friend and you're scared to touch your own friend, don't be scared, bro.
Don't be scared ever.
I
Live your
was
life.
touching
Love
your
these
leg
guys
just now.
too.
And I was
Love
like,
you.
yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
Got some
Love
big
you.
hands.
We're gonna be fucking with Asians, Pan-Asian unity. We love you. Thank you. Come again.
Oh, thank you.
Come again.
Your Mango Bae.
Mango Bae, Mango Bae, Mango Ba Ba. Mango, 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 mango. Bae.